Okay, today I'm going to show you how to identify some of the harder signals that you're likely to get with the 505 and the 705, the iffy signals. Now some of these iffy signals, as you'll hear, are multi-toned and they don't always give you a positive reading on the ID meter. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a few of these signals for you to listen to, and then we're going to dig them up and see what they are. Now before we get started, what I'm going to do is to show you the programs I'm using that will allow us to hear those iffy signals. Now if you use too much discrimination, you won't hear those iffy signals because they'll just be blanked out. Now I'm going to show you how I would set up the x-terra 505. As you can see, pattern 1 is again quite a good aggressive iron discrimination pattern. A little bit too aggressive for my liking, so I'm going to actually adjust this to program 3, which is the minimal pattern for discriminating iron. Next, I'm going to adjust up the sensitivity to 18. I don't have to do anything with the noise cancel at the moment, but I need to turn down the threshold to 7. Volume limits should be maxed out if you're using a speaker. Obviously, once you've got the headphones connected, then you're going to need to adjust this setting so it's comfortable for your own hearing. The last thing, but most important, is to change the actual tones from 4 to multi-tones. Right, now this is the 505. Very good machine this is, a lot better than the previous x-terra 50. I really do like this machine and highly rate it. I'm going to now take it over some real finds in the ground. These aren't planted, these are genuine finds. Right, the first thing I've got to do is ground exclude this machine. So I'm going to put it into all metal, find a nice clean patch if I can, just about there I'd say. Getting close. Okay, that's at 22. I reckon 21's about right. There's a very faint signal there. It's bitty, it says -6, but it's not smooth. So any signals that aren't like smooth, repeatable signals that are saying -6, -6 is normally iron, is most likely going to be a non-ferrous find. I think we've got to look at that one. Still very bitty. This is going to be a tiny lead shot. It is a small piece of lead. Okay, this one's giving me a +3, +9. Oh, it's changed. It's jumped up to 30, so. Well, it's a piece of copper alloy. I don't recognise what it is, but it's something. Okay, this one's an interesting one. It's about a plus 12. Now I've had hammers come through on that setting, so this may be our best chance. Oh, it's not hammered. It's a piece of lead, probably a piece of window lead, so it's not a great find, I'm afraid. Nice low tone. Coming out sort of -3, but there's a high pitch tone coming in just above the top of it. So we're going to have a look at that one. Straight away, we're into the 30s. So this is definitely not a piece of iron. Might beat this one. And is it a dreaded? It's a dreaded shotgun cartridge end. A 410, that one. Okay, I don't know. I'm not sure if this is going to be any good. It's another iffy signal. Just hear a little clicking coming in. There you go. 39. It's actually the same sort of signal as that 410 cartridge. Signal's disappeared, so it's probably fallen deeper in the hole or fallen on its side. It sounds like iron. Odd signal. I don't know if this is going to be any good or not. Oh, it sounds nice then. It's probably a piece of iron. And it's silver paper. Just a piece of silver foil. Not very good at all. Bit of rubbish removed. Right, this is another faint one. Coming in the teens. It's coming in at a solid 9 now. And it is a button. One pretty plain button. It's nothing special, but a signal. Okay, there's another nice signal here. It's coming in at high in the 40s, but it's a high pitch signal. So when I disturb the ground, I expect that will drop down to where its true reading will be. Now, this is going to be tiny. It's going to be a tiny piece of lead or something. Yeah, this is miniature. It's actually a very, very small tack. I don't know if you can see that. Tiny little tack. Quite a sensitive little machine this is. Okay, so that's the 505. Now let's put the 705 on and see what we can find with that. Okay, now I'm going to show you how I would set up the x-terra 705. Once you switch it on, the first pattern, pattern 1, is a very good pattern if you don't want to dig any iron. But because of my sights, some of the deep non-ferrous signals are coming through in the minus range. So I want this pretty much down to the minimum. Now, pattern 4 is very good because it's only a single bar of discrimination. Next, I'm going to adjust up the sensitivity to 28. I don't need to adjust the noise cancel mode at the moment, but the threshold I need to drop to level 7. Okay, volume limits I'm going to turn right up to maximum. Now when you put your headphones on, you're going to need to adjust this so it's comfortable for your own hearing. And last but not least, we need to change the number of tones to 99, which is multi-tones. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do now is to adjust the pinpoint mode to pinpoint sizing, which I think is a lot better. To do that, we press and release the pinpoint button and then press and hold it a second time until we see PS in the display for pinpoint sizing. One other thing that I do is to increase the iron mask level within the prospecting mode to 8. Okay, now as you just saw, this has been set up on a single bar of discrimination. The great thing with this machine is that I can actually, because there's a lot of iron in here, I can actually check the signals with iron mask. Okay, let's start searching. Okay, this is a nice positive signal. In my hand. And it's a lump of lead. Just a horrible lump of lead. It's quite a nice fluty signal on this one. Solid 16, repeatable. And it's a button, a Tomac button. Okay, this will give me a repeatable 34. So it's probably going to be a shotgun cartridge end. Now it's just damn confused. So, wouldn't be surprised if it is a shotty. No, it's not. It's a lot smaller than a shotgun cartridge end. It's a small, nondescript piece of copper alloy. Not a great find. Okay, this is an interesting one. This is a, it says -2, but you can tell by the tone it's not iron. Right, let's see what it is. I think it's tin foil, to be honest, and sure enough it is tin foil. There it is, nasty stuff. It usually gets put on the fields with the manure side. Curse. Well, that sounds just like a hammered coin. That'd be an Eddie penny. Right, it's jumped up to 32. 32 repeatable, so it looks like it's going to be copper. Maybe a big Roman coin. That's back to 18. So, hammered coin again. Let's see what that is. Well, it could be a hammered coin if they come in bags with select merit chunks of tuna and something, a cat food bag. Lovely. Well, looks like we found where the farmer puts all his rubbish. Well, that's pretty much it. Didn't find a lot, mainly just pieces of lead, tin foil, all small finds. I don't know if you noticed, they were all very small. That's because this site has been pretty much worked over the years quite hard. There's never been anything really good from this site, but it was available, so I thought I'd give it another go. And you don't find anything unless you try.